Have you heard a dying person's last words? If so, what were they? 1. My mom was in a lot of pain. I told her it was okay to go. She told me, okay, I love you. She passed a few minutes later, holding the hands of her 2 children. 2. My only regret is not being around to see you become a grown man. My dad, colon cancer. I was 15. 3. Too many. I worked 911 for many years. Perhaps the worst was along the lines of, I just want to be sure someone will find my body before my kids get home. Caller offed herself. 4. I work as a nurse for the elderly in hospice care, and this one time an old woman told me, my husband is waiting for me, and she passed away that same night. 5. Let things be as they are, from a 112-year-old woman I cared for in a private nursing home. She kept spitting out her pills and told me that. She died 24 hours later. 6. It was a complete stranger online. His last words before the DM went quiet were begging me to never forget that he'd existed, and that he'd loved playing the violin before severe depression took it from him. He said there was no one else left to remember him or those things, and he was so scared he'd be forgotten, like he'd never even been there. I still remember and will always remember you, Rob, and you did exist. 7. My brother, sister, and father were all gathered around my mother at the end, and she opened her eyes and asked for a hug. Her last words were, "Gimme a hug." We all hugged her and she closed her eyes and that was it. 8. A lady I cared for, she was 101. Before she passed, she began smiling and said, "They are here for me." I asked her who, and she waved and said it was her sister and her mother. She went peacefully back home with them not long after. 9. My child said, "I love you too."